Well, we were walking through, and we were told in the beginning, we had asked if it was okay if we filmed everything, and apparently they had told us that we can't film any screens or anything like that, but they also told us that we weren't allowed to film any staff, which we didn't film any staff. I didn't even think about filming any staff who we went to. But I missed the part where they said don't film any screens or don't film any moving pictures or anything like that because it's copyrighted material, and it was stupid on my part. But we were walking through, and we sat down in this theater, and I was holding my camera up, and I just left it on. I didn't even think about it, and just held it, and it was on. I was getting some footage of the little theater that we were in and all that kind of stuff. And the 3 armed guards, to me, they just appeared out of nowhere because I was just paying attention to what I was doing, and all of a sudden there were 3 armed guards standing over top of me, going, "Hey, you can't do that!" I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute!" And they said, "You have to delete your video," and I'm like, "Okay," and I deleted it right off the bat. I was like, "Yeah, okay." It wasn't the fact, and really, it wasn't the fact that that they wanted me to delete the video that surprised me, or that really kind of made me go, "Okay, that's a little weird." It was the manner in which it was done. It wasn't, "Hey, you can't do that, right?" Or it wasn't. They didn't have somebody come in and go, "Hey, you're videotaping one of the screens. You're not allowed to do that." It was, "Hi, we're 3 armed guards in the room with you now, and if you don't turn this off, we're going to get all our armed guardy on you."
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it was just one of those things. I mean, guns don't make me nervous. I grew up around guns. It's not a big deal. But I didn't grow up around handguns. I grew up around shotguns and rifles and stuff like that. Handguns are different. Handguns are only meant for one thing. They're meant to kill, people.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was just one of those things that kind of set you a little bit on edge. And the rest of the time that we were walking through the museum, I use the term very loosely, we had one of the armed guards, the canine unit, if you really call it a canine unit, it wasn't like a bomb-sniffing dog or anything like that. It was like a black lab, and a young black lab at that. But a guy with a dog and one of the armed guards with a dog follow us the rest of the way through the whole museum.
Really?
Yeah, and he was trying to do a covert job. It was kind of weird because he'd stand in the exhibit we had just left until we all left, and then he'd walk up to the edge of the exhibit and then stand there and peek his head out a little bit and pull it back and peek his head out and pull it back a little bit. The dog was sitting there going, "What the hell are we doing?" I want to go do that.
Now, during this at the museum, I've seen some people's videos, and I mean, were they around to answer challenging questions, or was it more presented as this is how it is in the Bible, and that's how it is, no questions asked?
Well, no, there was nobody around to answer questions. But then again, you really didn't need to. It was as crazy as it was. As crazy as the whole thing was, I do have to say this for them: it was incredibly well done. It was very well put together, and it was repetition, over and over and over and over and over and over. Science is good, but the Bible is actually right, and here's why. And that was the recurring theme throughout the entire museum. And honestly, I thought it was cute. Until we're like 45 minutes in, and I still think it's cute. But then we get to the end, and I'm sorry, I've had enough. It actually started to turn my stomach.